Switch is one of the best-selling consoles of all time, but of course, there's a certain group of Nintendo, so-called Nintendo fans, or you can just call them Sony fanboys, that are still upset over the Nintendo Switch because the Nintendo Switch basically destroyed the PS5 and the PS4 as well. Can we all agree the Nintendo Switch was nothing more than a piece of shit gimmick? 20 FPS machine with ports. Yeah, most games on the Switch, with the exception of a few third-party games and Pokemon, because of how incompetent Game Freak is, run very well on the Switch. Okay, I think the only games that had this problem were games like Ark and Mortal Kombat 1 are the only two games that really had noticeable graphics problems on the Switch. Most indie games run quite fine. Most Nintendo games, with the exception of Pokemon Scarlet Violet, which are actually not made by Nintendo, they're made by Game Freak as well. But ports and ports, remasters and ports and remakes, so the ports are always sort of, oh yeah, we're still calling Nintendo fans man children. This is why people don't like Sony fanboys, okay? If you like a Nintendo, you are a man child. That's a, like, there are some insults, but I think we need to make man child a slur, okay? Kind of like they made retarded a slur, okay? Because it's very offensive to just call an entire fandom man children, okay? Just because they want to enjoy video games. Should Pixar fans be considered man children? Should Disney fans, well, it's Disney adults, so cringe, but should Disney fans be considered man children because most Disney movies are aimed towards children? Same thing with Pixar. So DreamWorks fans be considered man children? No. That's because a medium, Nintendo games, Disney, Pixar, DreamWorks, the main target audience is kids because that's the main way they make money. Also, what's I think about Despicable Me and Minions and Illumination? Those movies make near $1 billion or near $1 billion every entry. And it's not just Nintendo. What about Sonic fans? What about Rayman fans? What about platformer fans? Which most platformers are aimed towards everybody. The thing with Nintendo and animated movies and TV shows and cartoons, with the exception of like South Park and stuff, like the animated cartoon sitcoms that are for adults, stuff like Rick and Morty, South Park and stuff, most cartoons are really for everybody. And once you're watching stuff like Elmo, but there are people who still find value in Elmo. But if you're watching stuff like Coco Melon, then yes, the word man child will apply to you because you're really watching Coco Melon. But you're playing like Mario, okay? Adults can enjoy Mario. They can enjoy, same thing with they can enjoy Pixar movies. Some of the highest rated movies of all time are made by Pixar and also DreamWorks as well, okay? And also Sony Animation with Spider-Verse. Because both kids and adults can enjoy them. Okay? Calling them man children is an insult. Okay? It's a slur. And CX children who want more epic cozy vibes and such a clean, girly audience that post on TikTok or TikTok's gonna be banned tomorrow, so I don't know why you're using TikTok as an argument. Also, tons of people use TikTok. I don't use TikTok. I'm not a big fan of the app. But there are tons of people who do use TikTok. I'm not a fan of TikTok. The people who watch my videos are not a fan of TikTok either. That's why no one follows my TikTok because one, I don't use it. Two, I don't have the app installed. And three, TikTok is a spyware app from China. As well as the pandemic lockdown. Well, the pandemic was not our fault. I wish you'd realize this. The pandemic was not our fault. You need to stop you're blaming Nintendo fans for the pandemic, when it was the only console that was mass-produced enough to not sell out during this year. Well, that was because Sony and Xbox wanted to rush out the PS5 and Xbox Series X. They rushed those consoles out. That was the problem. I said they sort of delayed the consoles until 2021, so they had enough consoles to produce, the demand, and just, hey, there's this pandemic. Let's delay let's stick with the PS4 and Xbox One for another year, and 2025 we'll release the PS5 and Xbox Series X. That would have solved all of the problems with both of those consoles, including a lack of games, including all those problems, because guess what? Pandemic harmed production costs for video games and movies. as well. So, yep, that's what this video. Goodbye.